Welcome to Mythstory and Legends, where we dive into the stories of gods, heroes, and myths from across time. Today, we venture into the world of Norse mythology, an ancient realm shaped by elemental forces, ruled by powerful gods, and haunted by destiny. Long before the age of man, when the world was but a vast, untamed wilderness, there were gods. They weren't distant and unreachable, like some hidden in the heavens or trapped in unreachable realms. No, these gods were warriors, travelers, and creators, alive and intertwined with every heartbeat of the earth, every crash of the sea, and every gust of the northern wind. These are the gods of the north, mighty, wise, and dangerous. At the center of everything stands Yggdrasil, the great world tree. Its roots and branches stretch across the 9 realms, holding the very fabric of the universe together. The gods reside in Asgard, high among the branches, while beneath its roots, the underworld waits. Yggdrasil is not just a tree. It is the lifeblood of all existence, connecting gods, giants, men, and creatures. Its stories are woven into every legend. At the helm of the Norse universe is Odin, the Allfather. His presence looms large over the realms of gods and men. Odin is more than just a ruler of Asgard. He is a seeker of wisdom, a shaman, and a warrior, constantly searching for knowledge to protect his people and to stave off the inevitable doom of Ragnarok, the end of all things. To attain wisdom, Odin has made incredible sacrifices. One of the most famous stories tells of his journey to the Well of Mimir, a mystical source of knowledge hidden deep beneath Yggdrasil's roots. Odin did not simply ask for wisdom, he offered his own eye in exchange for a single drink from the well. This act left him one-eyed, but it also endowed him with unmatched insight and understanding of the cosmos. But that was not the end of his quest. Seeking even deeper knowledge, Odin subjected himself to an ordeal unmatched by any other god or mortal. He hung himself from the great world tree, Yggdrasil, for 9 days and nights, pierced by his spear, teetering between life and death. Through this self-sacrifice, he uncovered the secrets of the runes, mystical symbols that hold the power of creation and destruction. With his knowledge of the runes, Odin became a god of magic and prophecy. He could shape reality with his words, alter fate, and even speak to the dead. Yet, this wisdom came with a curse. Odin knows that Ragnarok is inevitable, that he and the other gods will one day fall in a great cosmic battle. And so, he prepares. The Allfather does not sit idly on his throne in Asgard. Instead, he rides across the worlds, gathering warriors and preparing for the final war. Odin is always accompanied by his ravens, Hugin and Munin, who fly across the realms, bringing back news and secrets from all corners of the world. His wolves, Jerry and Freki, also stand by his side, symbols of his ferocity and his constant readiness for battle. Yet, for all his power and wisdom, Odin is a deeply complex figure. He is not simply a benevolent ruler, he is also a god of war, cunning, and sometimes deception. He plays a long game, manipulating events to ensure that the gods are as prepared as possible for the coming of Ragnarok, even if it means personal sacrifices along the way. In the end, Odin is a god who straddles both light and darkness, wisdom and war, creation and destruction. His story is one of inevitable fate, but also of a relentless will to defy that fate for as long as possible. Wherever thunder cracks and the skies split with lightning, you can be sure that Thor, the god of thunder, is near. Son of Odin, Thor is the mightiest of all the gods in physical strength, and his role is that of protector, both of Asgard, the realm of the gods, and of Midgard, the realm of men. Thor is most famous for wielding Mjolnir, his magical hammer. Forged by the dwarves, Mjolnir is no ordinary weapon. It is so powerful that it can flatten mountains with a single blow, yet it always returns to Thor's hand, no matter where it is thrown. It is the perfect symbol for Thor's strength and indomitable spirit. But Thor's power is not just about destruction. His hammer also holds the ability to bless and sanctify. He uses it in ceremonies, to consecrate marriages, and to bring life back to the dead. This dual nature, destroyer and protector, runs deep within Thor's character. Thor's chariot, pulled by 2 goats, Tangrisnir and Tangjosta, is often seen streaking across the skies. When Thor drives his chariot, The sound of the wheels rumbling across the heavens is what we hear as thunder. One of Thor's primary duties is to protect the gods from their ancient enemies, the giant or Jotnar. Thor's many battles with the giants are legendary, and they often depict him as the defender of order against the forces of chaos. Thor's journeys to Jotunheim, the land of the giants, are filled with epic battles where he stands as the first and last line of defense against the overwhelming might of the Jotnar. But despite his immense strength and his fearsome reputation, Thor is also a god of the people. While Odin is often seen as distant and cryptic, Thor is more straightforward, approachable, and beloved by the common folk. He is the one they pray to for protection, for good weather, and for safety in battle. Thor's courage, loyalty, and straightforwardness make him a god who is not just respected but deeply loved. Thor is not without his flaws, though. He is quick to anger and sometimes lacks the cunning and wisdom that his father Odin displays. But what Thor lacks in subtlety, he makes up for with bravery and heart. He is the kind of god who charges headlong into danger, knowing that his strength will carry him through, and it almost always does. Thor's role in Ragnarok, the final battle, is central. He will face off against the Midgard serpent, Jormungandr, a creature so vast it encircles the world. In this battle, Thor will kill the serpent, but will be fatally poisoned in the process. Even in death, Thor remains a protector, ensuring that the forces of chaos are held at bay until the very end. In the realm of the Norse gods, where honor, strength, and destiny dominate, Loki stands as a disruptor, a trickster, and a force of chaos. Neither fully good nor entirely evil, Loki is one of the most complex and enigmatic figures in Norse mythology. Born of the giants, but accepted as a blood brother of Odin, Loki's position within the gods is precarious. He is both an insider and an outsider, a friend to the gods when it suits him, and their greatest enemy when it doesn't. This dual nature defines everything Loki does, and it is through him that both laughter and danger enter the halls of Asgard. One of Loki's greatest talents is his ability to shape-shift. He can take on the form of animals or other beings, and he uses this ability to trick both gods and mortals. From turning into a mare to seduce a giant stallion to becoming a fly to disrupt others, Loki's antics are as clever as they are dangerous. But Loki's cunning is not always malicious. There are times when his tricks have helped the gods. For example, it was Loki who arranged for the creation of Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, and Odin's spear, Gungnir. These were crucial tools for the gods in their battles against the giants. Yet, even in these moments of assistance, Loki's motivations remain ambiguous, and his actions often carry unintended consequences. Loki is also the father of some of the most dangerous creatures in Norse mythology. His children include Fenrir, the giant wolf destined to kill Odin during Ragnarok, Jormungandr, the Midgard serpent that will battle Thor, and Hel, the goddess who rules over the underworld. These offspring are not mere accidents of Loki's mischief, they are embodiments of chaos and destruction, foreshadowing the doom that awaits the gods. Eventually, Loki's tricks go too far. His role in the death of the beloved god Balder, a murder Loki orchestrated with malicious glee, seals his fate. The gods, enraged by this betrayal, capture Loki and bind him beneath the earth. A serpent drips venom onto his face, and though Loki's wife, Sigyn, tries to catch the venom, some inevitably falls, causing him to writhe in agony. This torment will continue until the end of time. But Loki's story does not end there. At the onset of Ragnarok, Loki will break free from his chains and lead the forces of chaos against the gods. He will sail with the giants on the ship Naglfar, built from the nails of the dead, and face off against his former allies. Loki will fight Heimdallr, the guardian of the gods, and in a final, fateful clash, the two will kill each other. Loki's story is one of constant contradiction. He is a trickster, a helper, a destroyer, and a bringer of doom. He embodies the idea that chaos is a necessary part of creation, that without trickery and change, the world would remain stagnant. But in the end, Loki's chaos will be his undoing, as it leads him and the world to destruction. Among the gods of Asgard, few are as captivating or as powerful as Freyja, the goddess of love, beauty, and war. Freyja embodies a balance of opposites. She is both a nurturing force of life and fertility, and a fierce warrior who takes her place among the dead. Freyja is closely associated with fertility and love, and many turn to her for matters of the heart. Her beauty is legendary, and she often rides in a chariot pulled by two large cats, a symbol of her grace and wild independence. But Freyja is far more than just a goddess of romance and beauty. She is also a goddess of death and war. It is Freyja who leads the Valkyries, the choosers of the slain, into battle. The bravest warriors who fall in combat are divided between Freyja and Odin. Half of them go to Valhalla, the great hall of the slain, while the other half are taken to Folkvanga, Freyja's own hall. There, they live out their afterlife, preparing for Ragnarok alongside the gods. In this way, Freyja represents both life and death. She is the giver of life through her association with fertility, but she is also the taker of life, collecting the souls of the bravest warriors. This duality makes her one of the most complex figures in Norse mythology. One of the most famous stories about Freyja involves her tears, which are said to be made of pure gold. Freyja once wept for her missing husband, Odin, who disappeared under mysterious circumstances. As her tears fell to the earth, they turned into gold and precious stones, symbolizing the idea that even in sorrow, beauty and wealth can arise. Freyja is also a practitioner of Seid, a form of Norse magic often associated with prophecy and altering the future. She taught this magic to Odin, further solidifying her influence among the gods. Through Seid, Freyja has the ability to influence fate itself, making her one of the most powerful deities in the Norse pantheon. Freyja's influence extends beyond the realms of gods and men. She is worshipped not only for her role in love and war, but also for her connection to nature, fertility, and magic. She is a goddess who commands respect and awe, and her presence is felt in every aspect of life and death. The gods of Norse mythology live in a world of unrelenting conflict, where destiny hangs in the balance, and even the gods themselves are bound by fate. It is a world where giants roam, where men and gods fight side by side, and where the end, Ragnarok, looms ever closer. This is just the beginning. Join us as we explore the sagas, the heroes, and the deeper mysteries of Norse mythology. Like and subscribe to Mythstory and Legends for more journeys into ancient worlds and legendary tales.